crazy how many teams had a chance to win. The Ripper GC went from 9 back to leading by 2 to near the cellar again late in the day. It was so volatile, counting 4 scores. It was pretty nuts, but you know, the cliques have been cellar dwellers for basically 2.5 seasons, and they come out victorious today. That's awesome.
It'll be the summer of the cliques, definitely. So, like I said, there's definitely more to come from us.
It was a magnificent ball striking performance.
Yeah, you know, I got to speak to someone in his camp before he teed off this morning, and they said to me that he is finally feeling extremely comfortable out here. He's not thinking about any swing thought. He's going out there, he's swinging so freely, and it certainly showed today. The way he drove the ball, the way he hit his irons, and even in his putting as well.
Yeah, and lives in Texas, went to school in Texas. His tour win on the PGA Tour was here in Houston, which is Texas, and now his first live win, Texas.
Honestly, it was just a matter of playing solid coming down the stretch. I think there was a switch there on 15 that I made birdie, he made bogey, and I just knew that I had to power in pretty much, and it was mine. The 18 I made bogey, but it worked. He played unbelievable, and he put pressure all the way to the end, and it was a good battle. I love playing here. Obviously, Texas treats me well. It's my adopted home state, so I'm just happy to get it done.
It's InGame Live Prime Time on a terrific money-making Tuesday. Scott Wetzel, Dave Sharapan for the next 2 glorious hours as we perhaps watch the end of the Stanley Cup Finals as the Florida Panthers getting set to host the Edmonton Oilers, dropping the first puck here in about 15 minutes or so. We got baseball stuff. We got same-game parlays. We got black clouds. We got guests. We got it all, including maybe, just maybe, Dave cashing our S&W Corporation 3-team, 3-leg championship parlay. 2 down, 1 to go. How about that?
I like it. We got a couple green checks in there. And, you know, for the people on the socials, they see the green checks. It's great. So go ahead, cut the Wetzel. I'll come back out. Cut the Wetzel. Go ahead. There you go. That's
there you go. Yeah, we got UConn. And winning the national championship, obviously, in college basketball. We got the Celtics last night clinching the NBA. I'm actually a little surprised that, Dave, they're not offering me more than what they are on FanDuel, where I have this bet. They're basically offering me about 2/3 of the total payout. I mean, it's a foregone conclusion, right? I mean, I figured when I looked on the website today, they would be like 6/5 or 5/6. I'll get it right. 5/6 of the payout, not 2/3. How am I going to? How are we going to lose? I can lose 4 straight, right?
6/5.
You might as well pay me off right now.
I listen. You're making a very good case, but now you're like jinxing it. I don't want you to jinx it. I mean, let's get this W. Let's be leading after the first period. Let's get it comfortably, like your Celtics did yesterday. That was fun, and I don't know. I don't feel like, what is a blowout tonight? Is a blowout 4-1? I mean, we saw a blowout in Game 4. What Edmonton did was an absolute blowout. You never see that in hockey, but you did on Saturday night. 8-1, ridiculous score. I think we get a somewhat close game. We're going to have to sweat this all the way to the end. It's me and you for the next 2 hours, and then, you know, Morency and Cam will take over. But I'm not worried. I like, it never entered your mind where the position we're in to take the cash out, did it?
No, to cash out? No. Because I thought we were going to win. I thought we got the toughest one first, UConn. You know, in the end, that, you know, they ran through roughshod, but heading in, that was the one I was worried about the most. Basketball, the least. Then hockey. You know, there are a lot of teams in hockey that could have but we kind of positioned ourselves fairly well with the hockey. So it was the basket. So now, yeah, I never really once thought about cashing out. They never, like I said, and I wouldn't do it now, clearly, but, if they're going to offer me a cash out, don't insult me. I'm not going to take 2/3 of the payout. What kind of moron would do that unless I didn't have any money in the account? And they're like, well, man, this guy needs, a couple dollars in his account, so he'll take less money now. But,
well, I mean, at this point, you could take 720 in the series. We only need one more bet. There's the series price. I mean, we technically could take 720.
That's true.
And put something on there to guarantee that if the craziest thing that ever happened in the Stanley Cup Finals, where a team wins 4 straight with a couple on the road, we would have a ticket to show for it. If this one goes, in the CLV can, which I like to call the trash can with the closing line value, this will be a hell of a story. This will be one black cloud story for the ages if somehow Florida doesn't win. But I'm worried that if they don't win it tonight, we'll be back for Game 7. That's what I'm thinking. So I want to win it tonight. I don't have to worry about this.
I like the fact that it really, I mean, maybe our minds or my mind is blinded by, monkey see, monkey do type of thing. But I love the fact the Celtics got annihilated in Game 4 if they were going to lose Game 4. And I love the fact that Florida had did the same thing. If you're going to lose Game 4, let me get him just absolutely thoroughly trashed and embarrassed, because those teams, I'm telling you, man, those teams always come back. I know you looked it up and your buddy said it's only about 50-50, but you get a team like Florida, like the Celtics, that gets embarrassed like that, man, I just don't see Edmonton winning tonight. I think this has got I don't think Edmonton's going to score more than 2 goals. I wouldn't be surprised. 4-1, 5-1, 5-2, 6-2 with, the empty netter. I don't think it's going to be close. I really don't. Again, my mind might be skewed by what we saw last night and thinking the same thing's going to happen, but I think it will. I think it will, actually.
I hope you're right. I actually, and we did not communicate before the show, but my score was 4-1 as well. It might be worth a bet to put on exact score. 4-1. We'll check the odds here during the break, see what that is. Might want to float that one out there. I do like the game under. I think if Edmonton wins, I've been, going back and forth with some hockey guys. They're like, oh, if Edmonton wins, it's going over. And I said, I don't think so, not in Florida. In Edmonton, I could buy that. But with Florida setting the matchups with the second line change, I think it's going to be a different game. And I think it's going to be more defensive. Now, if Edmonton withstands no goal in the first 10 minutes, they got a legitimate shot. If they win and Skinner stands on his head and the goalie wins a Game 5 on the road, which has happened in the past, then that cash-out offer is going to be way less. Edmonton's going to be small favorites. I mean, the Panthers is a favorite. There it is right there. 56-24 as favorites this season. That's our team. That's who we need. I'm good with that. That's good.
They got some remarkable numbers. I'll tell you, you could get them laying 2.5 at plus 350, Florida. That's,
What are you
again,
doing?
Well, hear me out. If it's 1-1 third period, all right, you're not going to win 4-1. But if it's 2-0 third period, Edmonton's going to pull the goalie, and they'll pull the goalie down too, clearly, right? So if it's 3-1, 2-0, you get that at least one empty netter. Hell, if they pull the goalie down, I would even almost lay, I know it's going to sound crazy, but I would even lay 3.5. I don't know what the 3.5 number is. Because if they're down 4-1 with 2 minutes left, that goalie's going to be out. So you might be able to get one of those 5-1. That's why I wouldn't touch the under, just because, at least not now anyway. I would, I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of empty netters and you lose 5-1 and the thing goes over. You could cash a nice fat 4.5 to 1, 5 to 1 ticket, laying 3.5 goals.
You're really feeling good after the Celtics win, aren't you? You're really feeling you want to lay 2.5 or 3.5 in a Stanley Cup playoff game, thinking it's like an NBA game. The book will welcome this bet. They will take you minus 2.5 plus 350. Take your shot, Wetzel, and we might send a limo for you if you want to lay 3.5. I mean, we'll pick you up, we'll drop you off, We know you got the car troubles and you're out looking. We might send a helicopter for you if you really want to do it. That's fine. I can't believe it. We got to talk
Might as
about
well
the
go
baseball
shopping.
and everything else. We got guests and all this other stuff. What do you think of this? I was told I look like Roger Craig, Matt Williams. Somebody threw in a Will Clark. I was honored because this is a 22 Will Clark shirt. But Giants tonight against the Cubs. Is it that easy? Logan Webb, the Cubs really playing their worst baseball this season. Got to be Giants, no?
By the way, Florida 8-1 to win by 4 goals, laying 3.5. 8-1. It's worth the ticket.
I feel like
definitely worth the ticket. Nah. And I tell you, I do like Florida first period too. Score the first goal. I would do that. Justin Steele, the Cubs have won like one of his starts over the last year. I think he's 1-7 this year and like 0-4 to close out last year.
I got it right here. Cubs have lost 8 of Steele's 9 starts this season. They went 19-11 last season in games started by Steele. He's got a .72 ERA in his last 4 starts, but the Cubs have lost 3 of those 4. Come on.
Yeah. They can't hit. They can't hit the Cubs. It's amazing.
Can it.
Louis Finicaro joins us next. We'll get his thoughts on the ice and the baseball as well, right here on the grid.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York team has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than game time decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
It's going to be remembered. It will be a lasting image from the 2024 United States Open, just like Bryson DeChambeau's 55-yard bunker shot.
We love big-time winners. Like, you win a championship, we want to hear from you. You get the stage. Sometimes it's emotional. It's a great watch. We know we also love the losers who said, you know what, I just can't believe I folded down the stretch. Let me face the music here. You sort of get a new light there.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. InGame Live, prime time here on a Tuesday. Getting set for the first puck to drop. We got Florida, a monster 150, by the way. In some sites, even 160 favorite. Everybody, the whole world. I hate being on the side of the whole world. I really do. But the whole world, Dave, is on the Florida Panthers tonight. You like any props tonight? You like anything else outside of just Florida winning before we get to the baseball? Gambaloo joining us here in a couple of moments?
No, I'm just going to kind of enjoy this and get this. I want to score first and kind of just watch it happen. I don't need to press it and go on. I had some stuff myself here tied to the Celtics. So the bigger tickets pay with Florida. The smaller tickets pay with Edmonton. That's fine either way. So I don't have a real dog in the fight. No individual stuff. There was a lot of talk at the Conn Smythe. I just finished talking about it with Kevin, and I thought, I don't know. There's people saying that Edmonton loses today, series over, down 4-1, over, and McDavid can win the Conn Smythe. Can you see that happening?
No.
I don't think
moron
so.
said that? Nah, that's impossible. You can't lose 4 games to 1, and win the Conn Smythe. I know it's the whole tournament. I get that. It's not just the Stanley Cup Finals. And he's had a great tournament, but no, that would be silly. If he had a great finals, maybe. I mean, maybe, but he hasn't had a great finals anyway.
All right.
So, I doubt that very, very much. I think you'd be throwing your money away. But let's see. You know what? We'll ask a guy who follows the NHL like everyone else does, and better than most, that's for sure. He's a professional handicapper. You know his website, Gamble Lou, and also his podcast, Bout Business Podcast. Mr. Louis Fittipaldi there. What's going on, Louis? How are you today, bud?
I'm doing great, guys. Thanks so much for having me on tonight. We're getting ready for a big hockey game.
What's up, sir? It's good to see you, number one. Two, I hope the horses have been treating you good, and we'll get to that maybe in a second. But between that and the UFC, I know that's your super specialty. But it's fun to talk to you about the hockey. Have you enjoyed the hockey, one? And two, what do you think happens tonight in this Game 5? I mean, is it just a done deal? We saw the blowout just like we did in the basketball. Florida comes home and wins. Is it done? You like that?
I don't know how any basketball game can make any correlation to any hockey game, Dave. I see that it's fascinating for people to think that, well, they won the first 3, they lose one, and they come back. What I will say is that the last time Edmonton was in Florida, Draisaitl put what I consider to be a very dirty, cheap shot in on Barkov, and that is what Florida kind of rallied around in Game 3, and won and took the 3-0 lead. I believe they circle the wagons, they go back to that emotion, and that Game 4 was a one-off. Now, this game opened at Florida minus 135, sat there for a couple days. Everybody fell asleep on it. Now it's way higher than that because, as you mentioned earlier, the world is on Florida. My tactic now, if I was going to play this game currently, I would not play the Florida side. Rather, I would take Florida to score the second goal minus 115. I would take Florida to score the third goal plus 115. And that's a way to bet on Florida and reduce the juice on the Florida side.
All right, why not the first goal? I'll bite. Why second and third?
Because the juice on the first goal is too high, and I just soon let that go. I mean, surely Edmonton could score the first goal. I look for Florida to get back on the forecheck, crowd the middle of the ice, and physically pummel Edmonton in this game tonight.
It keeps them out of the penalty box. That might affect the total. Any opinion about the total tonight, whether it's first period total, the game total, anything like that, even an alternate total, Lou? Because I think the path to victory for both teams is to the under, is it not? And I don't think people may look and see 8-1 in Game 4 and go, oh, this is probably going to go over if Edmonton wins. I don't know.
Yeah, I think for Florida, it's surely under. I think for them, if they're going to get back to how they play hockey, they're going to choke Edmonton and choke their offense out. Bobrovsky's going to have a great game. He's going to skate off with the Conn Smythe. If it's Edmonton's game, then perhaps they continue with some scoring. Bob looks maybe shaky, which I find hard to believe, but nothing is impossible at this juncture.
You know, Louis, Dave was talking with some folks who thought maybe, just maybe, Connor McDavid could win the Conn Smythe, even if Edmonton lost tonight. Do you see a realistic scenario that could happen?
I think McDavid will have his hands full winning the Conn Smythe should Edmonton win. And so, no, I don't see any reasonable way McDavid or anyone from Edmonton wins the Conn Smythe on Florida home ice. I do not feel that's any possibility at all. If you're an Edmonton backer, and the people that I shop with here, we're in Phoenix, I get DraftKings. They have McDavid for the Conn Smythe and Edmonton for the Cup lined at the same price, so there's no advantage there.
Last one for me, sir. Connor McDavid's not fighting, not Connor McDavid. The UFC, the big event that's here next week. He's not
Conor
fighting.
McGregor.
Conor McGregor's not fighting. Connor McDavid's on my mind.
That's okay.
How big of a deal is that? I know you're one of the UFC guys, one of the opinions I respect in the space. That's a big deal, is it not?
It's a big deal for the UFC. They had to scramble. There's going to be less hype. There's going to be less finances behind it, but they've replaced it with a great fight, and they're going to do as well as they can despite the situation of McGregor being the biggest flake that you can possibly find.
There you go. Check out his website, Gamblelou, Gamblou, Gamblelou.com, and his podcast, Bout Business Podcast. Lou, always a pleasure, my friend. Let's cash some Florida Panther tickets tonight.
Scott and Dave, thanks so much for having me on, guys.
Thanks, Lou.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Rory Mack, it is going to be remembered. It will be a lasting image from the 2024 United States Open, just like Bryson DeChambeau's 55-yard bunker shot.
We love big-time winners. Like, you win a championship, we want to hear from you. You get the stage. Sometimes it's emotional. It's a great watch. We know we also love the losers who said, you know what, I just can't believe I folded down the stretch. Let me face the music here. You sort of get a new light there.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back InGame Live, prime time here on the grid, and we are underway. Scott Wetzel, Dave Sharapan, until 10 p.m. Eastern time, and underway on the ice as well. They have dropped the puck, so we'll keep an eye on that, Dave. I will say this. If Florida scores first, then Edmonton's done. You put a fork in them. There's no way. I tell you, there are some remarkable numbers. Well, listen, look at these numbers. And sometimes I hear numbers, it's like, and I would like to have the time one day to go back and check this. But supposedly, the Florida Panthers this year, with a 2-goal lead, not one, but two, a 2-goal lead, the Panthers this season, 53-3. In fact, 53-0 in 3. So the 3 losses came in overtime. Is that possible? Are you telling me first of all, they've had 53 games where they've had a 2-goal lead? That seems a little bizarre. So maybe it's going back to last year as well. But I wrote down this season, so they said it on TV this season. They didn't blow one 2-goal lead in regulation, not one time? Really? Well, they maybe blown it, but they ended up winning the game. But
right, they end up winning the game, yeah. So
that's amazing.
That is amazing. But don't forget, I mean, they were one of the top seeds in the league. They were a very good team, especially at home. So I don't know. Again, check your numbers. I rely on your numbers when you come to the show, beyond prepared, checking all this stuff out. Not going to go try to search it. If somebody catches it or sees this or whatever, just tweet at us. He's at Opposite Picks. I'm at Sports BK and Sig, and tweet tag SportsGrid too if you can. That's good. But is this same game parlay time? Are we just going to get this out of the way now because it's time? We have to bring this in now, don't we?
Yeah, I guess we have to. Yes. Let's turn to a little baseball. How about a little We got Black Cloud stuff coming up shortly, and we got a little SGP time as well. All right, we will put the hockey aside here for a second. Let's go a little same game parlay baseball-wise, shall we? How about the LA Dodgers against the pathetic Colorado Rockies? Why not? All right, so we got to put a parlay together because you can't lay the minus 190, right? So with bets out, here's the key. Mookie just, he's got a busted hand, so he's going to miss the next couple of months or so. So they moved Ohtani to the leadoff spot where Betts was. So that changes all the thinking about runs and RBIs and everything else. So we're going to start with the Dodgers minus 190 against Colorado. We're going to go Ohtani, not 1, but 2 runs at plus 220 because the Ohtani 1 run was minus almost 4 to 1, which is moronic, right? I mean, holy crow. I get that. So you got to go 2. It goes from minus almost 4 to 1 to over 2 to 1, a 600-point swing for an extra run. So give me the plus 220. We're going to go Teoscar Hernandez to get an RBI because he's now bumped up in the order. He's now batting cleanup. And same thing, good old Hernandez to get 2 bases at minus 135. So put it all together. Dodgers win, Ohtani 2 runs, Hernandez an RBI and a couple of bases, and you're going to get over 5 to 1.
Wow. That's pretty good. Not going to lie, that's pretty good. And now that basketball's done, I could do a little bit of work in between, Bostonian versus the book in the morning and then this show every night. I did the work for you for the late games. The Dodgers are 40 games over 500, 72-32 versus the Colorado Rockies since the start of 2018. So they own this team. That's a lot. That's 72-32, 40 games over 500. After posting a winning record in May, the Rockies dropped 12 of 16 games so far in June. The Rockies relievers have an 8.02 ERA this month. 52 earned runs in 58 to third innings pitched. You've got more stats there and trends. Dodgers 13-3, last 16 on the road, versus lefties. And the Rockies at home 14-20, 1-6 in the last 7. If the Dodgers don't win this game, this will be the biggest surprise. Yeah. Ohtani has 11 runs scored in his last 9 games. I like that one. It's that Hernandez getting an RBI. That's the scary one. I think that's the one you got to worry about.
Yeah. Bad cleanup. The 2 bases would have been the one I picked out. But, against the Rocks, they're good for like 8-9 runs. I'd be surprised. All right, more coming up.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Rory Mac, it is going to be remembered. It will be a lasting image from the 2024 United States Open, just like Bryson DeChambeau's 55-yard bunker shot.
We love big-time winners. Like, you win a championship, we want to hear from you. You get the stage. Sometimes it's emotional. It's a great watch. We also love the losers who said, you know what, I just can't believe I folded down the stretch. Let me face the music here. You sort of get a new light there.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in-game live, prime time here on the grid. Scott Wetzel, Dave Sharapan, hour number. We have a goal. Edmonton or Florida? I will tell you, Dave, Florida was on the power play. Mm-hmm. Where did we end up putting that one?
Not next to their name. It was a shorthanded goal. Connor Brown. Second goal of the playoffs for this guy. This is what happens, right, in these games. Somebody does that who doesn't normally do that. Great takeaway. Go down. Nice move. Forehand, backhand. Bobrovsky almost got it. He made an unbelievable save. Hit off his pad and went in. Edmonton leads 1-0. We get a goal in the first 10 minutes. That's good. We thought that was going to happen. Thought more likely it was going to be Florida. Now, Gamble Lou came on and said, bet Florida to get the second goal, bet Florida to get the third goal. He might be sitting pretty with that move.
Yeah.
Doing that. I never really heard anybody pick the goals, but this is what sports betting is interesting. Why you can learn something new, try something different, and now we can root for Florida to tie this thing up.
Maybe on this power play. How about that? That really is. He is like, you know, you want Florida to win, so you want them to score. But if you had just the bet of Florida to get the second and third goal, you really prefer Florida to not score the first goal, right? I mean, Russell's like 1-0 in the third period. I mean, this is ideal. So, yeah, hopefully you guys put that in there. So, and Florida right now is plus 140. If they don't score in this power play, that's going to probably go up a little bit more. In fact, it may ended.
Yep.
A couple seconds. Yeah, it's over because my TV feed is late. So, all right, so they didn't score. So, plus FanDuel's going back and forth. Florida's plus 136. Edmonton minus 174. I would never in a million years lay minus 174. But I got to tell you that plus 135, 140 on Florida right now, that's very tempting, right?
Yeah, of course. That's when it cost averages. You get it, to come back. The producers are on board with Florida tonight. Have you seen this? Have you heard this? The producers they got to come out of the doldrums a little bit. It's been a rough couple of weeks for the producers. We need now. We're down a goal. They're laying a goal and a half here, plus 190. You were willing to lay 2.5 and 3.5 before the game for those big plus prices. It's fine if, well, right now they're being outshot 7-6. If the Panthers are even down 1-0, this is still in play. This is fine. It just can't be down. I don't want if the Panthers get down 2-0 here in the first, might be in a little bit of trouble. Cause for concern. You might have to check that S&W Corp.
Well,
buyback.
That's where I'm going to go. Let me ask you this. Let's and I didn't even think of this. But let's just say the unthinkable happens and Florida does lose tonight. Right now, is a beauty about FanDuel and all these sites. They update even the Stanley Cup odds during the games when they're in progress. It's remarkable, right? So Edmonton right now is plus 520. Florida's minus 750. We don't care about Florida. How low will that plus 550 go if they go back to game 6?
Just about there. Well, it won't drop much more. It'll maybe drop a little bit. They may go to 7, minus 7, and plus 5. Somewhere in that neighborhood. They still got to win 2 games. So whatever the 2-game parlay will pay with them being a road team. So get a parlay calculator and do, even money and plus 150. And that's what it should pay. So if we're getting more than that, then that's okay. But I think even money plus 150 plays close to 4.5 to 1. Just doing the math in my head. Again, we'll have to check that. But, yeah, that's about it. I mean, we just could have taken 720 before the game. Now I feel like it,
that's what I should have done. I don't want to kick myself and have them win and have the plus 520 go down to 4 to 1 or plus 350, God forbid. That's not going to happen, right?
No, that could happen. I mean, hey, somebody gets injured for Florida. I mean, Bobrovsky gets hurt. They got to play the backup. I mean, the series price is going to change. That's why it's fascinating to me to watch it happen live. This is when we used to, when we were doing it, we turn that stuff off. We turn those markets off because somebody may see it before we did and then get these bets in on stuff. And then we go, wait a second. How did that bet come in? How did that happen? You leave this off. So, yeah, we got to keep an eye on it as long as it's only going to drop as we're doing the show. So stay on high alert, just like Vincenzo's doing with the goal horn, and we'll know. I mean, if Florida gets the next goal, we'll be fine. And you'll be able to take 6 to 1 or higher if you want to.
Right. Well, what are the odds, since this is a gambling show, of Florida having the power play, but Edmonton scoring, and having Connor score for Edmonton, but it not be Connor McDavid? The odds of having Connor score shorthanded for Edmonton and it not be McDavid.
Yeah, that's
talk about astronomical odds.
It's pretty high. The fact that there's a guy named Connor on Connor McDavid's team is enough. Let alone he's scoring a goal, a shorthanded goal. Without it
if you got a Connor McDavid prop, right? And you hear that Connor scores for Edmonton, and you hear that, okay, Edmonton scores, you think, okay, I got a shot, and get Connor McDavid, and you hear Connor, and you're like, oh, I won, and then it's Connor Brown. Ugh, made a great play. The stupid pass from Florida. I saw, the one guy's at one end of the ice, the other guy's across the street. He tries across the street pass, and Connor goes in the middle, does a little jaywalking, steals it, and he's got a 1-on-1.
Did you just say across the street?
Yeah, across the street.
Yeah, no, I like that. I'd never heard that before. That's good. I played hockey all those years and never heard that before. Cross ice pass be called cross the street. Listen, I'm down with it. You got a lot of quirks, different theories, betting issues and things that you pass across the street. Edmonton's on the power play right now, sir.
Oof, Barkov bad.
We get a shorthanded goal for Florida. That would be nice.
That would be nice, yeah. Did Barkov actually score on that? Did they wipe off that goal? I don't know if you just saw it or not.
No, but I don't think so.
Cross-checked the guy behind the Edmonton net. That was the penalty, but he got the puck. It looked like he flipped it in, but no, he didn't.
No.
I went to the side.
Yeah.
All right. I tell you, if you want Florida now's really no, that's kind of weird. It's down to plus 122. So they must not have scored on the power play because it's going low for some goofy reason.
Yeah,
not
no,
yet.
not
It's still
yet.
on a power play?
Yep.
They must have got a lot of money on Florida. If that Florida line is dropping, they're down 1-0, and they're on a penalty kill. Everyone must be betting Florida right now.
Well,
Both
no.
sides, right?
Edmonton just got a penalty. Now it's 4-on-4.
Books are always ahead. These books, they must be like having somebody there. They must. I knew that line didn't make sense, right? Why would the line be going down when you're on a power play, right?
That's why.
That's why. All right.
4-on-4.
All right, so we're back in it.
We're very likely to score here. Either team.
Yeah.
I hope it's us.
I hope so. I got the over 1.5 goals first period too.
Okay.
So I can withstand get out of this thing 1-1. Actually, if you get out 1-1, if you're Edmonton, you got to be happy as well. Edmonton has killed off 41 now of their last 42 power play opportunities against them. That's tremendous. Right?
Sounds
That
like a
is
team
tremendous.
that win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Right now to be doing that, that's really good. Yeah.
Yeah. Against the best teams in hockey, right? Pretty good.
Yeah.
Got some craziness in Miami, not with the Panthers, but with the Miami Marlins. We got that. You got your Pirates back in the ball game. Little baseball check out that when we come back right here on the Grid.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Rory Mack, it's going to be remembered. It will be a lasting image from the 2024 United States Open, just like Bryson DeChambeau's 55-yard bunker shot.
We love big-time winners. Like, you win a championship, we want to hear from you. You get the stage. Sometimes it's emotional. It's a great watch. We know we also love the losers who said, you know what, I just can't believe I folded down the stretch. Let me face the music here. You sort of get a new light there.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
InGame live, prime time here on the Grid. Make it 42 out of 43 power play opportunities killed off by the Edmonton Oilers as Florida does not score. They only had about a minute, but still, they don't score. So still 1-0 Edmonton over Florida. About 8 minutes left to go in the first period. We'll put that aside for a second. Let's check out the baseball board here, Dave. Scott Wetzel, Dave Sharapan. Just start from the top. Got the St. Louis at a crazy one against the Miami Marlins, 7-7. Back and forth they go. It was 7-5 a moment ago, but Miami scored a couple of runs to tie it up at 7. They're in the ninth inning Interesting, heading to the bottom of the ninth, and I bring this up because they're giving us an over-under, which FanDuel usually does not do, and it's over 15.5. I'm going to put this in before they realize they made the mistake because if that goes to extra innings in a 7-7 game, the chances of these two goofy teams not scoring 2 more runs, right, is pretty slim.
Well, you're running the risk right now. Is it in the top of the ninth?
Bottom.
Oh. What if you get 1 run, the game ends?
Well, what if it's on a 2-run homer? I win anyway.
This is true. That's why it's
candies
15
and nuts,
and a half.
ifs and buts, as that
Ifs and
saying
buts.
goes, whatever that saying
Yeah, it's
is.
a hell of a party. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
That other one about the uncle and the aunts and all that other stuff, we'll save that for a different time. That's a different saying
different
in that
show.
situation.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to get anybody in trouble. The Cardinals and the Marlins had a crazy one yesterday. I had this happen to me yesterday, and it hadn't happened for a while. I do the show. I got a window right out front, right where I'm looking out. Sometimes it's open, sometimes it's not. A Cardinal came and sat right on the windowsill, like on the balcony, on the railing. And I was like, wait a second. What is that? Is that a Cardinal? And I mean, it's 109 here every day.
In Las
You don't see
Vegas?
Cardinals too much, right? And
Yeah.
apparently it's a tradition, and Peralt was talking about it and said it was an Italian thing where if you see a Cardinal, the myth or the lore is that it's a relative coming back to visit you. And it was the day after Father's Day. My dad has passed. He's been gone for a while. And a Cardinal was sitting there watching me, just stared at me for about 10 seconds while I was doing a show with Matt. And I looked up and saw it, and I said, got to be the Cardinals today. So I had the Cardinals yesterday. That was as good as handicap as you could ever have. Cardinals end up winning extra innings multiple times. It went all the way to the 12th or the 13th inning. And now tonight they're getting the same game. It's the same game. Multiple leads, changes, back and forth, back and forth. You just said it. Over. Cardinals. I saw the Cardinal yesterday. They're going to win today. And we get over. Let's get over. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
Now they got over 15.5 minus 130. I got a plus odds. Somebody was falling asleep on this one. They got to be figuring who's betting Miami Marlins, and St. Louis Cardinals, right? I never heard of that myth, by the way. That's a person. So the soul from heaven got into a bird and
came down.
flew to somebody's house.
Check on you. That's believe me. I reminded me I got to do the research on that because he may have been talking. He was talking a lot of crazy talk yesterday with the Celtics on the cusp of their 18th championship. He was talking all kinds of mess and all kinds of crazy stuff. So might have been that. But no, that's what he said. So we had the Cardinals yesterday. I'm with you today. Padres are leading the Phillies 3-1 in the 7th. Interest you on the Phillies? Anything? Maybe?
Yeah, I had that. I mean, boy, the Padres have lost 8 straight road games. They're scuffling. I think they've lost 4 straight overall, 4 or 5 anyway. I was all over the Phillies, but that I will say, I'm glad you brought this up because that line last night, I always look at the lines at night, right? It was right around 165 or so, 170, 165 Philadelphia. All right, made sense. Aaron Nola on a hill. I saw it go down into the low 140s. I was like, wow. I put the bet in already on Philadelphia, but that had Phillies were leading 1-0, but you said it. They're down 3-1, now getting plus 280 top of the 7th. That was a strange line movement, right? With one of their better pitchers on the hill.
It's crazy because with guys that I talk to on a regular basis about the baseball, they're not as high on Aaron Nola as they are on, obviously Suarez has been amazing, and Wheeler is a big horse too. And they even talk about Sanchez, and they're not as high on Nola. And I don't know why. Like sometimes I see it, and other times I don't. So when you look at the numbers, Nola's been pretty good. So no, I'm not surprised by the line move. They're looking to take against him when he starts for the Phillies more than they are the other guys. So I saw the line move too. I tell people this all the time. You can learn a lot about what the market thinks of teams and of certain pitchers by looking at the overnight line and then waking up and looking at the first move line, because you go, I didn't see that, just like you did.
Yeah.
You, though, it doesn't keep you off it. Sometimes you like to go against it even more.
Right. I'm a little stubborn. I have a lot of Polish and German blood in me that's fighting back and forth. So, I was going to say you're pirate with a little Italian and throw it in there as well. So, in Irish, I got it all. Yeah, I got my kids were even a bigger mess. So, your Pirates just lost 2-1 to Cincinnati. Good pitching matchup, but I was going to say put a little flyer on the Pirates, but good thing we got to that late. I was on the under Seattle, Cleveland. I mean, it's two dead under teams, right? If Seattle's great starting pitching, Cleveland's great bullpen. 7-3 Mariners, top of the seventh. That's over.
Tristan McKenzie's games for Cleveland, overs until further notice. Put that in your database. Keep that one in mind. He's giving up a lot of runs, and they seem to hit. They have to play more like softball games when he pitches, as opposed to the other nights when the other guys pitch. So it used to be he was an under guy. Now he's an over guy. So just keep that in mind next start.
All right. Arizona 5-0 over the Nationals. Stankies 3-zip over the Orioles. I did play the Orioles over team total 3.5 with Cortez on the hill. And he's pitching lights out so far. Bottom of the fifth. Stanks on top, 3-0. Interesting.
Yep.
All right, we'll take the other baseball games. A couple of them starting here in a little while. We'll do a little preview on those, and we got the Black Cloud coming up next.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Rory Mack, it's going to be remembered. It will be a lasting image from the 2024 United States Open, just like Bryson DeChambeau's 55-yard bunker shot.
We love big-time winners. Like, you win a championship, we want to hear from you. You get the stage. Sometimes it's emotional. It's a great watch. We also love the losers who said, you know what, I just can't believe I folded down the stretch. Let me face the music here. You sort of get a new light there.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back InGame Live Prime Time, hour number one, as we always cap it off with the best play of the day of games that have yet to begin, and that is the Black Cloud. All right, don't have a whole lot to choose from, but that's okay. We still got a pretty good play. We got one game that's yet to get underway baseball-wise, and that's where we're going to head out to Oakland, where the A's are back to being the Oakland A's, and we're going to utilize that in our favor. Kansas City at Oakland, kind of a no-nothing game, you might add, but you know what? Not for us, because the A's strikeout totals are mounting like never before. So we're going to go with a little over 5.5 strikeouts, little juice, minus 160 or so. Alec Marsh for the Kansas City Royals. Who's he? Well, who's anybody on Kansas City, right? He's actually pretty darn good. He's one of the better pitchers. And as far as getting 6 strikeouts, which is obviously what we need tonight, he's gotten 6 strikeouts in 6 or more anyway, in 6 of his last 9 games. And you got the A's as the number 2 strikeout team in all of baseball. They strike out the second most behind only Seattle. Just a few games ago, they struck out 18 times against the Padres. Like 2 games before that, they struck out 16 times. All we need are 7 tonight, boys. Check that, 6 tonight. So double the play. Anything we might lose on Florida tonight, put it all on over 5.5 little juice Marsh strikeout total tonight.
You're already ready to lose on Florida. There's 1 minute left in the first period. It's 1-0 Edmonton. Relax. All right, we're okay. We got a lot of hockey left to be played. We'll be here for a little while the game's on. The Black Cloud play. I actually liked Oakland a little bit today. They've been terrible. 1-9 in their last 10.
9 straight.
I know.
9 in a row, I think it is.
Yeah, it's terrible.
How could you like them then?
I can't believe the price on Kansas City. That's all. It's one of those situations where it's just a price thing, where I'm like, you know what? Feels a little bit closer. I'm against Kansas City, except when Lugo pitches, and then you really got to look when Reagan's pitches too. Otherwise, over. So I don't know. You could be right. Listen, those things, that doesn't mean anything. I like the other side. But I wanted to book guys, and Oakland's one of the teams that, we would need every day. So the Oakland and the White Sox are actually leading right now against Houston. Those 2 teams in the American League kind of got a soft spot for them as a book guy. That's all.
It might be one of those nights, because look at the Dodgers score. 4-0. Colorado.
Yeah.
Walker Buehler is not, boy. Walker Buehler's, he's a long ways from being the Walker Buehler we've come to know.
He's not right.
Another bad outing.
So Walker Buehler's allowed 8 homers in 33 innings this season. Only Slade Ciccone and Kyle Hendricks have allowed more homers per 9 than Walker Buehler among the 236 major league pitchers with 30-plus innings this season. That's crazy. So you have to take that into account. Now, we talked about the Rockies bullpen earlier. I don't know what the line is right now, because I got this fun fact pulled up. Friend of the show, CBW, that's how I know him. He sent us this. He tagged us both. Cardinals have been associated with various beliefs and lore. According to common folklore, a visit from a cardinal represents a sign from a loved one who has passed. Many people believe the sighting of a cardinal can be a sign of good luck, loyalty, or even a spiritual message. How about that? Let's go Cardinals.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that any religion? I guess you got to be a specific religion, or he just
I'm just saying this is. I'm just reading it straight. I'm getting the text from, like, I call him my associate producer in life, CBW. I'm reading it verbatim. Native American lore states if a cardinal is seen, it is believed that an individual will have good luck within 12 days of the sighting. I mean, we got a 12-day run right here. How about that?
Listen, I can get run over by a truck and have good luck within 12 days. I mean, if it's 12 hours or an hour or a day, I've got 2 weeks. I got to wait, basically.
Listen,
be dead by the time my good luck is supposed to come.
Told everybody on here about the Cardinals yesterday. That won. The Celtics won. We got the Florida for the CBW, or for the S&W Corporation. We can do this.
We can do it. We got to cash it out. All right. I saw a Cardinal today as well. So there you go. How about that?
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Rory Mack, it's going to be remembered. It will be a lasting image from the 2024 United States Open, just like Bryson DeChambeau's 55-yard bunker shot.
We love big-time winners. Like, you win a championship, we want to hear from you. You get the stage. Sometimes it's emotional. It's a great watch. We know we also love the losers who said, you know what, I just can't believe I folded down the stretch. Let me face the music here. You sort of get a new light there.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Welcome back. It is hour number 2 in Game Live Primetime here on the Grid. Scott Wetzel, Dave Sharapan. Busy second hour. We got hockey. We got baseball. We'll review last night's NBA games. Check out some of the props that we had looked at beforehand. You wonder how the boys in Vegas make their money? I'll show you when we go over the props. We got George Kurtz joining us in about 10 minutes. Do a little hockey with him, Dave. And then we got Cam at right around 45 after. We'll do a little NBA, a little baseball, a little hockey, a little recap of the U.S. Open, I'm sure, with him as well. So one period in the books. We'll start there. Stanley Cup Final, Game 5. Florida trailing 1-0 to the Edmonton Oilers. Shorthanded goal, Connor Brown for the Edmonton Oilers. Not McDavid, Brown scoring. Good goal. Really a nice play, actually. You would have thought that if you watched it, you would have thought it was Connor McDavid. Bobrovsky didn't really have much of a shot. He kind of got deked out. So 1-0. We'll start there. Your impressions there. You can get Florida plus 130 or so if you want to double down on the Panthers.
So far, the under. If he doesn't score on that, it's 0-0, and everything's even better for the under. But I think I'm not ready to say a side is the side yet, right? Like I don't think Edmonton is a lock to win this. I don't think Florida's out of this. I think it can go either way, side-wise. Improving your price on Florida is not a bad idea if you already have them. If you think they're going to score the next goal. If you don't, you better wait because it's going to double in price. If Edmonton gets the next goal, dare I say, it'll almost be unbettable. I mean, it's going to go up, right? It's minus 160 now, plus 130, you said. It's going to go to 300, 350 neighborhood. Road team, 2-goal lead.
That would be tough. It'd be tough on our S&W Corporation, which we were hoping to celebrate tonight. Nice Tuesday, celebrate. 2 less days of agita. You still got 2 more bullets in the holster, as the saying goes, if they were to lose. But who wants to deal with a Game 6? Nobody wants. And not to mention, watching last night's championship, and I think the NBA is baseball might be the least important for you to win on the road. But hockey, to me, is the most important to you to win at home. with the fans and skating the puck around the ice, and the fans going nuts, and, kind of like the NBA last night. The NBA did a pretty good job. And I don't say that too often. I thought the NBA did a good job with their post-game celebration and really, being at home does kind of help things. If you don't have a dog in a fight, it would be nice to see Florida win at home versus on the road.
Well, and the way the Celtics won last night, final score was 106-88, and it was a blowout. So they got to celebrate. Like, it was a lot. I mean, when that halftime shot went in, that's the one that did it for me. And it was like, right. Oh, gosh, did that really just happen? Everybody was chest bumping and high-fiving. Pritchard makes that half-court shot. It's done. And it's just a matter of by how many, not if. That's kind of a fun way to be in the building, especially when you're at home. If fans can soak it in, they get to do the timeout at the end of the game, have everybody walk off the court one by one, hugs for everybody. That was great. I love to see it at home. I never got to see the Stanley Cup yet awarded in the building that I was in. I didn't go to the Knights game when it happened. I should have gone last year, and I didn't. I love it. I absolutely love it.
By the way, last night's bad beat. Ugh, this is a tough one.
No.
Yeah. What was the final score? 106 to 88. Yeah. Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Boston Celtic team total, 108.5. Now, you may say, well, they were 3 points away, Scott. They were. But you know how many points the Celtics had with 3.5 minutes left to go in the game? 3.5 minutes left to go in the game?
I'm going to guess they had 100?
Nope. A little higher.
102?
A little higher.
3.5 minutes? Let me guess. 104?
A little higher.
I was doing the game. I was doing the show last night. They didn't score at all in the last 3.5 minutes. They had 106.
106. You want to know who had the 108.5 over?
I'm gonna guess
You're looking at him.
I'm gonna guess you.
Guess right. Yeah. That guess you got right. Wow. 106. 3.5 minutes left. That's one possession for the Celtics. One stinking measly three. 3.5 minutes.
How many shots did they take while you were watching it? How many shots?
It seemed like a gazillion. I mean, what killed me was there was one possession with about 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
They ran the shot clock all the way down to 0. I think it was Tatum throws up a 3. No good, obviously. Celtics get the rebound, and they do it again. They run the shot clock all the way down. And then Brown got Brown didn't even take a shot. I mean, he tried to take a shot, but it was after the play clock expired, or the shot clock expired. So they used up a full, basically minute on 2 possessions with no points. Damn. Then I knew I was in trouble. Then I was like, uh-oh. You could just see all the emotion was gone and everything.
In the fourth quarter, late in the third quarter, the in-game total was as high as 221 or 222. We were right around that number.
Wow.
And it went down because of the fourth quarter. There was almost no scoring. I mean, both sides were just chucking it up, and whatever happened and was kind of done. It got as low as 193. So it was almost a 40-point middle in the fourth quarter alone. So sorry, you were on the wrong end of that. That would have been. I mean, that's a good story. You got a lot of good stories. This is a good story.
I got a lot of those. We can do a 5-hour show on my bad beat stories. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm the only Celtic fan that came out of that game upset, right? I mean, I could find the one goofy, dopey bet that you lost with the Celtics last night.
Well, what bets did you win with the Celtics? You laid a 1.5 games, didn't you?
No. I bet the other side. I hedged a little bit with Dallas. So, props the winners.
Right there.
106 if you laid a run and a half or a game and a half.
Right.
Series under 5.5. That actually hit plus 138.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. I had the over 5.5.
Yeah.
Series end in 5 games exactly. Played plus 240.
Ooh.
That wasn't a bad, It's kind of weird that under 5.5. I mean, I know there's only 4 and 5, but that paid less than half of what the exact 5. So. No games reached overtime, not even close, right? So that hit minus 270. Didn't do that one.
Oh.
And here's a bunch of goofy props that we talked about that FanDuel offered up. Bottom line is none of them hit. Nobody broke Steph Curry's record. Tatum 5 assists every game. No, I love that one. Luka to get a double-double, not a triple-double, but a double-double in every game. That was kind of no. Luka to get 8 rebounds in every game. He's a rebounding machine. No. Kyrie to get 5 assists every game. Right? He's the point guard, for goodness sakes. No. And what's sad that you couldn't bet the no as the guess. You could only bet the yes. So that's how the boys in Vegas make their money, right? Clean slate.
The guys in Vegas do the no side. Don't put the guys in Vegas with the guys back east. We do the no side. We do the no side out here. Don't lump us in there.
It's a one-way coin.
No. You got to have both sides of the bet.
No tails on the coins out here. Only heads.
Yeah.
Amazing. So that's how these guys win, man. They find ways to win.
Yep.
George Kurtz will join us next. Do a little baseball and hockey with him here on the Grid.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
It's going to be remembered. It will be a lasting image from the 2024 United States Open, just like Bryson DeChambeau's 55-yard bunker shot.
We love big-time winners. Like, you win a championship, we want to hear from you. You get the stage. Sometimes it's emotional. It's a great watch. We also love the losers who said, you know what, I just can't believe I folded down the stretch. Let me face the music here. You sort of get a new light there.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. InGame Live, PrimeTime here on the Grid. Scott Wetzel, Dave Sharapan, as we welcome in our good buddy, talk a little hockey, a little baseball with George Kurtz here on the Grid. And George, we are going to get to the hockey for sure, but boy, some news that just crossed the wire moments ago. Some sad news. We like to joke around here, obviously, a lot, but boy, they announced, San Francisco Giants announced that Willie Mays has passed away at the age of 93. And I knew something was up when he didn't attend the Hall of Fame ceremonies over the weekend. I thought, but it's kind of strange. And now obviously we know why. So I know you're a big baseball guy, about our age. So I don't know if you were old enough to remember Willie as his playing days, but that to me is when baseball was baseball, right? Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, those were the 60s and 70s, and in some cases 50s. That's I still look at that as really baseball. So that's some sad news to hear about Mays.
Absolutely. That's when the game was more romantic, right? More pure, maybe you want to go by. When it was really baseball here, when it wasn't the three true outcomes here. I heard about this about, 10, 15 minutes ago. It came across the wires here. So he's before me. I never saw Willie play. All right, so I can't say he was one of my guys or anything like that. I know I'm getting texts now from our boss, Mike Cardano, that Willie Mays was Cardano's guy, so this hits him hard. And I can understand that because as a sports fan, Mike Bossy and Clark Gillies both passed in the last couple of years, New York Islanders. And when they did, those were my heroes growing up, for the Islanders, Lord Brian Trottier, Denny Poff, and Billy Smith, and guys like that. And that hurts. It just hurts. So, I can understand why people are upset about Willie. Anybody that's connected to the San Francisco Giants, the New York Giants, just awful news. You're right, Scott. We sort of had a hint when he wasn't going to the ceremonies at Ricketts that something might be up.
It's crazy because I just saw a video of him making a catch as a 52-year-old in an old timers game in Shea Stadium in Mets. It popped up on my feed, and I was like, he ran a mile for that ball. And I was like, gosh, how did he do that? And we all know the over-the-shoulder catch. I mean, in the World Series, and we know that he was sixth in a home run list. He was a tremendous ball player and a guy who was always around the game. And it seemed like, a lot of people, he was their guy. So condolences to him, his family, all that other stuff. The other thing we had to ask you about, George, and just it's a strange but quick transition, is the other thing we got in our ear before you popped in during the break was, did Aaron Judge leave the game? I know you're the Yankee guy here at the network, and you're watching the Yankees all the time, so no better person to ask what happened to Aaron Judge.
Yeah, in the third inning, he got hit by a pitch. Now, here's Mr. Judge for you. He got hit right here on his left hand, right in the meat of the hand. He got hit in the meat. It looks like the meat took the brunt of it. That being said, we have to worry about the connecting part, right, to your pinky there, or whatever they call it. I'm not a medical castle, whatever it's called there.
Okay.
He was late going out to the field for the top of the fourth inning. The Yankee announcers suspect, that's David Cohn, played for the Yankees, knows the clubhouse, knows what goes on there. He speculated that he was getting x-rayed and that it was probably good news that he came back out to the field. But when he doesn't bat in I think it was the fifth inning, I think there's two reasons here. One, now they really had a chance to look at those x-rays, right? And they found a break. All right, so that would be the one thing. The other thing would be, hey, like I said, he did get hit in the meat. Maybe he couldn't grip the bat. And he's just sore, and it'll be a day or two. This game is going to get much more interesting if Torres is hurt, by the way.
Wow.
I'm on the over. That's good.
2-0 Edmonton.
This is actually good for me, by the way, if Edmonton would win. Because I don't have a ticket on Florida in 5. I do have tickets on Florida in 6 or 7. Problem is, I don't think Florida's going to win Game 6 if they lose this game tonight.
Right. I don't either.
I think it's going to go 7. They'll pray to win Game 7 and not be the Stanley Cup team to blow a 3-0 lead in 80 years, right. 82 years, is it? Something like that. So we'll see. But back to Judge for 1 second here. So I think we're going to hope now that it's more a soreness thing, and he'll be day to day than it is a broken bone. He's out, Mookie Betts 2 months here, and we'll see what happens. Torres got hit this last past inning, by the way. Same thing, up and in. If I were the Baltimore Orioles, I don't think I'd be digging in the box anymore, because sooner or later the Yankees, maybe not this game because you got to win the game, but sooner or later the Yankees are going to have to answer back for this, especially if they find out that Judge has a broken bone on a hit by pitch, and then you hit Torres as well. Someone on Baltimore is going to have to wear it.
That's tough. They don't have the luxury the Dodgers have of a 6-7 game lead and really no concerns if they want to win that division with Baltimore being there. So this would be a big blow if he's out a couple of months.
They wouldn't win the division. The division would be over. Baltimore would win the division.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
You know, the dominoes. Someone was bound to have you, whether it was Stanton or Judge. One of the two. They were bound.
They got lucky with Soto.
You finally.
They got lucky with Soto in the forearm, right? And now we'll see about Judge. But the problem is the Yankees. They're the only two guys who can hit. It's just Judge and Soto. No one else really hits. So if you take away one, it's a dominoes effect.
Do you guys remember guys getting hit in the hands or in the wrist as much as they are now? Is this a result of diving over the plate? Like, I don't remember. They're over the plate too much, and I don't think pitchers are doing it on purpose. I just think that any inside pitch, they just can't get out of the way, right? Like, it's so strange. Why does this keep happening?
Well, you already said it, Dave. They dive over the plate. Now, Judge and Torres were not. I mean, these were up and in pitches. Both guys are backing off. And they got hit like this. Okay. So that was not the case with Judge and Torres. But I agree with you. That's exactly why. Because that's what they're taught to do, right? You got to take away the outside pitcher. You have to dive over, extend those arms. And there is risk to that. I mean, come on. How many hit by pitchers do we see that are that far off the plate? Right?
It feels like a lot.
Actually, it could be a strike. They're that close here. I mean, Anthony Rizzo stands on top of the plate, so he's going to get hit a lot, but he's okay with that. He's willing to take that risk. And that's what it is. It is a risk here. But tonight's two hit by pitches were not that. They were up and in. And I don't think either one was on purpose, by the way. So don't anybody get upset at me. I think they were both just part of the game here. But they weren't diving over the plate for those two.
Hyman scores plus 320 on Florida. We get a game 6, or can Florida come back?
Game 6.
Just like that.
Just like that.
10-1.
W 3-team.
They've scored 10 of the last 11 goals now.
I still think the Panthers win. Thanks, George.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Rory Mack, it is going to be remembered. It will be a lasting image from the 2024 United States Open, just like Bryson DeChambeau's 55-yard bunker shot.
We love big-time winners. Like, you win a championship, we want to hear from you. You get the stage. Sometimes it's emotional. It's a great watch. We know we also love the losers who said, you know what, I just can't believe I folded down the stretch. Let me face the music here. You sort of get a new light there.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, the news goes from bad to worse for Florida Panther fans. It's now 3-0 Edmonton Oilers. Yes, they've scored again. So they've scored twice now in the first 5.5 minutes of this second period. tell you, every time we go to break, we get a goal. We got this great goal horn, everything. It's real fun. We do a show and just have the horn. We never get goals. I mean, since we've been doing this, we've had like 3 goals scored when we're actually on the air. And we got these short little breaks now. It's nice, so you don't miss too much stuff. And yet somehow or another, we always find a way to miss the goals. So all 3 goals today were scored when we were in breaks, including this last one. So Hyman got the second one. Let me check and see who got the third one before I tell you. Connor McDavid. Wow. His 7th now of the postseason. They just showed it on TV. His odds to win the Conn Smythe are dropping fast. Now plus 750. Or at least it was heading into tonight. It won't be after this if, in fact, they hold on and win, which you have to think they would at this point. So 3-0 is the score. Still 14 and a half minutes left to go. Yeah,
scored again.
Exactly. Yeah, they scored again.
Oh boy.
Panthers now 8-1. If you think they're coming back. Over under is 6.5.
Uh-oh. That doesn't add up. Come back means that the over has to happen, and it's 8-1 for them to come back.
Let me see if the FanDuel puts that in a parlay. Yeah. No, they won't. They won't. Boy. They're wise. No. You could do 2.5 goals plus 132 in a parlay.
I don't want to remind you that you wanted to lay 2.5 goals before this game. I tried to tell you it was a good idea, and now the producers are on -1.5. This is not going well at all for the hockey.
Rip that ticket up, boys. The black streak continues for the producers. It's been about a year and a half since they've given us a winner. No offense, boys.
Hell is
See, I told you, what do I tell you all the time? I tell you all the time, you always refute it, but there's a reason why FanDuel only offered me 2/3 of my cash out. With a team with 1 leg left, and the team was up 3-1 at home, and they were offering only 2/3 of my cash out. Why? It made no sense unless they knew Florida was losing tonight.
They didn't know. They just put it out there to see the temperature. Because the thought process was this. Maybe he'll take it. But if he doesn't, the Oilers win tonight, and you heard George, they're probably going to win Game 6. When we reconvene, what's today, Tuesday? Oh, no, we won't be doing a show together on Friday because I think Game 6 is on Friday. And then we'll have – I think it's Friday. There's an extra day in between because I got to travel so far. So, it's Friday night. And so the thought process was we're really only offering 2/3 of the money because – we're going to have to offer them the original price for Game 7 because Game 6 is a foregone conclusion. Not saying that's the actual case, but that's what's happening.
This series, listen, we've been beating this to death. I get that, but every once in a while, you just got to bring it up again. This series could go to the following Monday. They had 3 days off between games 4 and 5. They're going to get 3 days off between games 5 and 6, and they're going to get 3 more days off between games 6 and 7. They could have. Why wouldn't they want to have a Saturday night Stanley Cup Final Game 7, or the magical Sunday night, where NBC pays $1 gazillion for the NFL to have a Sunday night football game? Wouldn't you could easily have a Game 7 Sunday night, right? Why would they wait until Monday night? I don't get that.
Prime time, I guess. Right? I don't know.
Why is the NBC package worth more than the Monday Night Football package?
Sunday night?
Wintertime versus summertime?
Football.
Yeah, but it's the same football on Monday.
Standalone games in the NFL worth more than everything.
Yeah, but the Sunday night standalone game, TV-wise, is worth more than the Monday night standalone game, TV-wise.
It's broadcast television versus cable. You know that. You've been in the business long enough. That's why.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. ABC used to have Monday Night Football. You remember what that was? Absolute must-watch television.
Oh, yeah. Howard Cosell, Dandy Don Meredith. Those are the days. Those were the days. Good old turn out the lights. The party's over.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than game time decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Rory Mack, it's going to be remembered. It will be a lasting image from the 2024 United States Open, just like Bryson DeChambeau's 55-yard bunker shot.
We love big-time winners. Like, you win a championship, we want to hear from you. You get the stage. Sometimes it's emotional. It's a great watch. We also love the losers who said, you know what, I just can't believe I folded down the stretch. Let me face the music here. You sort of get a new light there.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All righty, welcome back. InGame Live, prime time here on the grid. We just had a commercial break, right? You know what that means. Let's hear that familiar sound, shall we? Yes. Way to go, boys.
Love it.
Way to go. We're back in it, baby. 3-1. Matthew Tkachuk scores for the Panthers.
8-1. You said it. People were watching. They heard you say it. I heard you say it. Matty G and Vinny heard you say it. It's a lot of hockey left. We get just under the 12-minute mark. 3-1 Edmonton now. I don't know. The hardest goal, the hardest lead to protect in hockey is a 3-0 lead. See it all the time. Been one of those betting things that we've done both here on InGame Live, you and I, back when Dane used to do it with us too. We used to talk about it. You get the first goal, and all right, now we're in it. You get the second goal, and here we go. So, yeah, it can happen. It's just everybody relax. S&W, what are they offering you now? 2/3 still?
Let's see. What are the boys offering me here on the parlay? You get $350 now on Florida. By the way, for the game. And as far as the odds are concerned, hold on, I got to restack them all. I got so many of these goofy things. I got so many bets. Okay, I get so many bets. It's you got to have them all kind of. All right, we'll get to it in a second, but it's not yet. I put in some soccer round robin parlay bets. Don't ask why, but I did. So you talk about the black cloud. This poor Mbappe, I got about 5 bets on him, and the poor guy suffers a broken nose. That's amazing. I bet on a team that won 16 straight in international competition. The new head coach hadn't lost. I bet on them yesterday. They lost. Don't tell me the black cloud doesn't exist. By the way, Morency
black
says
cloud
the
exists.
pitches are too fast now. He's watching the show. Gabe and Cam coming up top of the hour, and the batters can't get out of the way. I buy that to a certain extent. A little bit.
It's a little bit. It's a combination of both. There's more pitchers that throw harder now than probably ever in baseball. Right. So yes and no. I think it's a lost art too to learn how to get out of the way, and protect yourself. They wear those pads, and when they wear those big pads, like we had kids that would wear them when we were coaching. I'd say, look, you got that big elbow pad on your arm. Use it. If the ball's coming inside, you can't get out of the way. Just let it hit that pad. Get your hands out of the way. Drop the bat if you have to. I'll never forget. I got hit at 15 years old by a kid throwing really, really hard. And I was a pitcher and I was batting and it hit my left hand, my left wrist. They sprayed that cold spray on it. Do you remember that cold numbing spray? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. I thought it hurt when I got hit with the ball.
The little ammonia tablets. Have you ever sniffed one of those things? Whoo!
Time in
you
college.
Talk about soup. You did? Right? How strong are those, Dave?
I got hit and I didn't know where I was. I was kind of out of it, and they did that. They waved that thing. I mean, I wanted to fight everybody. I jumped up like I didn't know what was going on. It helped wake me up, but that was really, really strong. I don't know. I don't know if there's one thing we can attribute it to, but I appreciate Gabe reaching out and saying that, because I hate to see the stars get hurt, especially now. Like, we're just getting into the time where we're going to be full on baseball, and I love it. I don't know. A lot of people are like, oh, it's the worst time of the year for sports. Oh, I don't know. It's too much. We don't have any basketball. We're getting ready for football. There's daily betting opportunities in baseball. If you like the sport, the daily battles back and forth and changing the odds. I mean, I loved it. I love it. I love watching it. So I'm all into it, but I don't want to see anybody get hurt. That stinks.
Couple of baseball notes, by the way. Phillies rally from 3-1, seventh inning, beat the Padres 4-3.
Hello.
We did hit that over 15.5 total that they were giving us with Philadelphia, with St. Louis and Miami, because the Cardinals scored 1 in the top of the 10th. The Marlins actually scored 2 in the bottom of the 10th and won 9-8. So that over 15.5. So like I said, someone fell asleep on the wheel, because rarely do you see a number total-wise, at least on FanDuel anyway, heading into bottom of the 9th inning. Top of the 9th every once in a while, but a lot of times they cut it off after the bottom of the 8th. Heading to the bottom of the 9th, I'm telling you, you get 2 runs in extra innings almost every game, it seems like.
Yep.
So it's a good bet. It never give me plus odds. I got plus odds on that, like plus 120 or 115. Not a lot, but then it quickly flipped to minus, and lo and behold, they won anyway. So Rockies 6-2 over the Dodgers. Goofy White Sox 2-0 over the Astros. You want to jump in on the Astros getting odds against the White Sox? Top of the 7th inning. Wow. That game's going fast. That game started about an hour ago.
Yeah, they're flying through. The White Sox bullpen has been an absolute bet against, pretty much on the regular. And I got it right here. The White Sox have lost 24 of their last 27 games. Their rotation in that span is 3-14 with a 5.39 ERA. And the guy is pitching a shutout tonight. So some nights there's baseball where you have all the numbers, you have all the explanations, you have all the trends, and it goes completely opposite of that, which is why your opposite picks handle on the socials is perfect. It works for nights like this. That being said, take the Astros plus the 1.5, right? All you got to do is score.
Yeah.
What's the price plus a 1.5? Plus money?
Plus 110.
Not a bad move. That's what I'm saying.
That's actually pretty good, right?
That's a good, yeah. That's a good bet.
Yeah. Forget about them winning. You want to put a couple shekels on plus 330 money line to come all the way back. That's not a bad one either. Got 3 at bat. They're just starting the top of the 7th. 1 out.
I love
nobody
when
on,
you just throw it out there. Like, just put a couple shekels on it because the price. I mean, it's not a bad move. I'm sweating the Edmonton power play right now. I don't know if you're aware of this. Edmonton's on the power play. There's a minute left in the power play. There's 9 minutes left in the period. It's a big momentum swing here, Wetzel. If we can kill this penalty with the Panthers, get the puck, score a goal here before the end of the third, be down 3-2, let alone get another one and make it 3-3, then the building's back in it. Everybody's excited. And the couldn't get past that power play. Goal horns for the Oilers on the power play. There it is. I just saw it. Well, okay. Yeah, that's it.
I'm still waiting, yeah. Don't
Big
tell me
trouble.
it's McDavid because I know he's on the ice right now.
Big trouble.
He doesn't look like a hockey player. An assist? Who got it? Bouchard?
Corey Perry, goal.
Corey
McDavid
Perry.
assist. Yeah.
99-year-old Corey Perry. Good.
Go to the net,
What's happened
get
to
your
this Florida
stick
team?
down, and McDavid will hit it. I mean, the guy's setting a record for assists. It was a perfect play. I love that. I had a center
Sure
like
it's a
that when I
power play
played
goal?
in college. Boom.
I got 20 seconds left on a power play. I don't think it was a power play goal.
Oh, they killed it? Might have just ended. Yeah, just ended
Yeah.
it. It just right before the guy was coming out of the box. There you go.
Oh, no, it's a power play goal. You're right. Yeah, you're right originally. 8 seconds left on a power play.
There you go. Okay.
4-1. Wow. We're more than likely going to have a Game 6. We'll get Cam's thoughts when we come back here on the grid. Fudge.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Rory Mack, it is going to be remembered. It will be a lasting image from the 2024 United States Open, just like Bryson DeChambeau's 55-yard bunker shot.
We love big-time winners. Like, you win a championship, we want to hear from you. You get the stage. Sometimes it's emotional. It's a great watch. We know we also love the losers who said, you know what? I just can't believe I folded down the stretch. Let me face the music here. You sort of get a new light there.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back InGame Live Prime Time here on the grid. As we always say, another commercial break, which is fine, and another goal, which is even finer. Yes. ready to put a fork in the Florida Panthers 14 seconds after the Corey Perry goal, which I must say was a great assist by Connor McDavid. Reminded me of me back then. They scored, does Florida, and so it's 4-2. 4-2. Our good buddy Cam Stewart joins us now. What's going on, Cam? How are you?
Right, Wetzel, you're the star of the beer league, right? Just between the legs, up top. Yeah, I get it. This is crazy, man. We already hit the over in the game in the second period. That's the good news. The bad news, I guess, is I got Florida like in the series, and I'm getting scared now. Like, I don't know what to do, and I can tell you, I wish I had a piece of Edmonton at 8-1. The way things are going, if they win this game, and Florida goes back to Edmonton, like this is getting very interesting. I got the 2.5 when they were down 3, so that's good. Wish we went a little bit harder on that, but this game's far from over. We got 6 minutes left in the second period here and 20 minutes of hockey. Wouldn't be shocked if it was one of those like 6-5 overtime games, guys, but got to give the Oilers a lot of credit. When they were down 3-0, they could have folded their tents, but that's not what hockey players do, and these guys are coming to play. Skinner making some big saves off the top, and they look great in the first period. I told Carver today, I did coast to coast. Florida needed to come out and punch these guys in the face and kind of take Edmonton's will away, and as the series progresses, it looks like Edmonton's getting stronger and stronger, and you guys know after these losses, Edmonton's had some pretty long winning streaks during the season, 8, 16. So this is the type of team that can rattle off 4 straight wins. That's the thing. Very dangerous stuff, guys. Florida playing with fire, so they better come out. And if they get the next one, I think they could still win. But if Edmonton gets the 5th, I think they might be done.
Power play right now for Edmonton. Power play's got 2 goals tonight. Panthers have to kill this. There's no question they have to kill this penalty. I agree with you. If they score another goal here before the end of the period, 4-3 down, going into the third at home, that's a win. That's where they need to be. 4-2, it's still doable. Next goal, if Edmonton scores, it's a wrap. Cam, what did you take away from last night and the Celtics winning, the way they did? Dallas just didn't. I mean, it was one of those situations, 106-88, turns out to be a blowout. Brown wins the MVP. Some people say Tatum should have won. But what was your takeaway from the game last night?
Brown's the MVP. He deserved it. He played great. I know Tatum did, but he's a deserved MVP. I'm just impressed with Boston, I guess. It's just one of those things that, they're a great basketball team, and people said they played the Pacers who were beat down, and it was easy. It doesn't matter. Like, you can only play who's on the schedule. And the thing that I really noticed was how beaten down Dallas was. Like, Luka Doncic is a great player, but Boston exposed him on the defensive side of the ball. And to be a complete player, it doesn't matter if you're going to score 35 or whatever. You got to play defense. And that's the thing. The Celtics ball movement was spectacular for the whole series. And Gabe brought up a good point, too, when we were talking about it. There were no adjustments by Jason Kidd. Like, Dallas was, you know what I mean? Like, maybe play at a quicker pace. They walk it up the floor. Like, there was nothing that they did differently that kind of changed the series. So that's what you do. Like, look at the Oilers. They're making adjustments. I'm watching. Florida was very aggressive on their penalty kill, right, guys? Remember, Oilers started off over double digits, and all of a sudden, they're moving the puck. Dreisaitl's not in the exact same spot every time, and they're creating space and kind of getting the Panthers rattled. So I'm going to give Knobloch and his staff a lot of credit. They're like, this is not working, and let's use Florida's aggressiveness to their disadvantage. And guys, if the Oilers get power play goals, this series will be going 7. That's the one thing. Florida's a better team 5-on-5. They hit, they finish checks, they're strong, but the Oilers are better in special teams. And let's give Stu Skinner a lot of credit. This guy, he's made some big saves in this series. So this thing's not over yet. It's been wild, and you can win 4 straight hockey games. I know it hasn't happened since 1942 with the Leafs, and Morency brings that up to my attention when we're doing the show. Oh, the Leafs in 1942, was it? Oh, okay. Wasn't born in 33 years, but that's good on them. When there were 6 teams.
Penguins lost to the Islanders in 1975 too. Crushed me. I was a little kid. I was 4 years old, and I was like, "How did that happen?" They lost 4 in a row. It was terrible.
Then the Islanders, remember that? And then the Islanders lost 3 in a row to Minnesota, and then came back to tie that series, but only losing 7. So they almost went back to back, coming back from 3-0 deficits.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
So. Yep. I'll tell you.
What do you got baseball tonight?
Baseball went great, actually. It's one of the most shocking things. Carver and I went through the card, and baseball's been really good. Like, actually took the Jays tonight. So they're a weird team. Like, when they shouldn't win, they win. And when they have a better pitching matchup, they lose. Took Cincinnati. They got it done today. I don't like to lay juice on the road, but that's a team that I've been riding. Dave knows that. And other than Baltimore, all the baseball has gone great. I don't know really what to do with these late games tonight, Wetzel. WNBA late. I'm going to take a shot with the over in the New York Liberty game there. I think we get lots of points, not a lot of defense in that one. So over
That
in the
line
WNBA
dropped.
game.
You know, that line dropped from 6.5 to 5.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird, no?
Yeah, it is kind of weird. So that's why I'm kind of staying away from the side. I'll just deal with the total. And heartbreak today, I had that exact score 1-1 in the Portugal game, but Portugal scored a late goal when I was on the air with Carver. I would have won tons of money, but that's life. Gambler, he gives and taketh away. That's what he does. He's a mean guy.
Did you have anything with the college baseball?
Yes, Dave.
Actually,
college baseball is my favorite thing to bet on right now.
It's great, isn't it?
Florida State. I'm like, hey, they're up 7-1. Then I saw 7-5. I'm like, ooh, shut up, Cameron, shut up. And then they came back and extended the lead. And wow, that was an elimination game. So North Carolina, we hardly knew you. The team that was coming back all the time, and you couldn't be living with horseshoes forever, right, Dave? But I got to give that team credit. They had so many walk-offs and comebacks and stuff. But this Florida State team is very dangerous. If they get any type of pitching, their hitting is fantastic. Man, they murder the ball.
What do you think of McElroy
tomorrow?
Oh, McElroy.
So good.
We'll get into that tomorrow, Scott. There's not enough time left to talk about that one. I'll tell you, Rory McElroy. He went as fast out of the parking lot when I'm running away from Johnny Knuckles. See ya. Put that thing in gear and let's go. Should have stuck around to say thanks to Bryson DeChambeau, but he was so pissed off. But should have stuck around. I know he wrote him a letter or whatever and apologized. But this will either make or break him. Rory, that's a tough loss. And now every time he's got a putt for a major or something like that, he's probably hey, man, he needs to see a shrink. I hate to say it, but that one's going to linger. That sucks. Good on Bryson.
Nothing worse than the yips. Nothing worse than the yips.
Yep, you got
Cam
it.
Stewart, Gabe Morency, top of the hour. Thanks, Cam.
I got the yip. Figure, Scott.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Rory McIlroy. It's going to be remembered. It will be a lasting image from the 2024 United States Open, just like Bryson DeChambeau's 55-yard bunker shot.
We love big-time winners. Like, you win a championship, we want to hear from you. You get the stage. Sometimes it's emotional. It's a great watch. We know we also love the losers who said, you know what, I just can't believe I folded down the stretch. Let me face the music here. You sort of get a new light there.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back InGame Live, prime time here on the grid. Again, thanks to Cam Stewart for joining us. Cam and Gabe take over top of the hour for the next 3 here on the grid, radio and TV-wise. So we got hockey closing out the second period, 4-2 Edmonton. Over-under is down to 8.5. And then you got Edmonton, you can't lay 10-1 on the Oilers. You could grab Florida plus the 560 if you want, or maybe laying 2.5 on Edmonton plus 126, figuring they're going to get a pretty good chance to get some empty netters. Not to say that Florida can't score and make a game of this, but that might be an avenue to go. Baseball, Dodgers, Dave, getting walloped by the Colorado Rockies, 7-2. I figured that out. And the Astros still being shut out by the White Sox, heading to the bottom of the 8-2-0. I'm venturing to guess. I'll look it up here. I bet the White Sox have not had a shutout win this season. This is you. Every time you think the Astros have hit rock bottom, I mean, you're going to lose to the Chicago White Sox, really, and be maybe shut out. Wow.
The White Sox are having that historically bad season. We got a guy that watches BVB. I told you before. He's comparing them to the Detroit Tigers, I believe, of 117 losses, and they're on the exact same pace. So worst team other than the New York Mets. They had one shutout. Thank you, Matty G, for letting us know they had one shutout this season against San Diego this season. But bad baseball is bad baseball, and you can't do anything about it. I'll be watching the rest of the night. This hockey game is incredible. I mean, the intensity that Florida just turned on down 4-2. They are literally now out-shooting Edmonton. They are out-chancing them. They are out-hitting them, everything. The third period is going to be electric. And Florida gets the next goal, look out. All bets are off. This could be it. But we're talking about bad baseball. The Cubs are playing as bad at baseball as anybody. I got the Giants stuff on today. When you think of this, when you see this Giants jersey, Wetzel, who do you think of? Because the guys told me, it could be
I
Matt
think of
Williams.
Will Clark.
Will Clark,
I do think of Will
right?
Clark. Yeah.
I'm a little younger looking than Roger Craig when he managed the Giants, right? Like, I mean, whoever took it, they took a shot. They said, Dave, you look like Roger Craig. I said, hold on.
Yeah.
How about like Dwayne Kuiper or something when he played? Like, I don't have the long hair like Lincecum, but I love these Giants jerseys back in the day, and I hope the Giants can get a run against the Cubs.
Say Hey Kid dies on the day you wear the Giants jersey. Pay a little homage to him. Very nice.
It's unbelievable, right? Yeah. Again, condolences
By the
to
way,
everybody
White
who
Sox,
watched the nice play.
White Sox have had 3 shutouts this year, not 1.
Oh.
3. Believe it or not. They had back-to-back shutouts against the Washington Nationals. Does that count? 4-0 and 2-0. And then they shut out the Nationals are pretty good this year. I mean, they're halfway decent. Let's put it that way. They're halfway decent.
Shutout's a shutout.
But it's still the Nationals. Well, no, it's not.
What?
Not if it comes against the lousy team. You throw a no-hitter against the White Sox this year, it's like, okay, fine, you're supposed to.
It's a no-hitter.
You don't get any credit for that.
What?
You don't get any. They did
What
shut
kind
out
of crazy
Toronto on the road.
rule is that? What?
It's a legit rule. By the way, we'll talk more tomorrow, but I could win the U.S. Open. If I had these guys' talent, I could win the U.S. Open. These bird brains taking out their drivers, hitting the ball into the weeds every shot. Nobody should have won that thing on Sunday. That was horrible golf. Horrible golf.
We need a clip.
It's embarrassing.
We need to put together a Wetzel highlight clip of you saying you could get a rebound in an NBA game and you could win the U.S. Open in golf. What the hell are you talking about right now?
Hey, they're in the weeds every single shot. You can't be in the weeds every single shot and win.
Driveway. The fairways of the US Open were as narrow as your driveway.
No, tell you who cares? Take out a 3-wood. See, I don't have the ego. These guys have the ego. They can't take out the 3-wood or the 5-wood. I don't have an ego. I'll take out the 3-wood. I'll go 250 yards straight. You can go 400 yards into the woods if you want to. But in that course, you can survive.
It's harder to hit the green when you're further away.
I know that. But I have a stellar 150-yard out shot with my 5-iron. I'd rather be 150 yards out than 50.
You
That's
hit a
my goal.
5-iron when you're 150?
Well, 5 or 6, yeah.
We got to work on your speed, your swing speed. 5-iron from 150?
Well, listen, yeah, 150, 150, 155. Absolutely, I had a dead on.
I'll see you
dead
tomorrow.
on.
Go to the
Talk to you
range.
later, boys.